Welcome to the Notorious D.I.D. I am Lola. Today I'm going to talk about a united front. What do I mean when I say that? I mean the fact that because several of us don't necessarily sound different, even if we are different, it's a little easier to just maintain a united front that the body is one person. It's a complicated situation when you're multiple. And obviously, it's not everybody's business, especially those that are directly around you. So when you go somewhere, you're expected to know the same things. Having a united front to me means behaving in the same manner or as close to the same manner as possible so that there are less questions on a daily basis. We have found, because Valprey is one of the primaries, obviously she sounds nothing like me. She sounds nothing like the other primaries because the remainder of the primaries, their first language was English, and we all sound similar, even though we have different behaviors and personalities. We all sound similar, is what I'm talking about. Well, even when Valprey, just for instance, we had to go to the doctor yesterday because we had an ear infection. You would be surprised how many people just don't pay enough attention to people in general. Like our doctor never noticed that she had a distinct accent that was completely different from, say, one of us that's been going to the doctor most of the time when we go. And Val doesn't sound anything the same as we do, but the doctor never noticed. I wonder what it is that other people are thinking when they hear you speaking another way. Do they just not notice, or do they just assume, well, you had to have that accent before? Which makes sense because singletons would assume you're a singleton. And if you sound different, sometimes we've gotten looks like, must have been the same, must have sounded like that. Why wouldn't they? But, few and far between do we get that, actually. I don't know if it's the higher powers that deal with that because they figure you're dealing with enough and they just allow singletons to pass by that. Or it might be something that's within human nature to just regulate it in their mind, like, well, it has to be normal, right? So you must have sounded like that. Maybe I just didn't know you did. Maybe I thought you sounded different. I don't know what the outer workings of that may be, but maintaining a united front is helpful. We can't always do that because we don't act the same and we don't have the same behavior. And so we just do the best we can with being a united front. Less questions, better when it's in your direct life. How is that going to help us in the future when we hold a job? That's a good question. Because for the most part, when we held steady jobs, they were only encountering one of us at a time. Now, like I said, some of us can maintain a united front, but we also did realize, since we've been doing the college studies, that not all of the memory is shared. So there are going to be some of us that are unable to do the job. And there are going to be some of us that know more than the others do when doing the job. And I guess it's going to be a learning curve. We have not been able to maintain who stays at the front. I will tell you that within the last year, we have no longer been able to go through not even one day, where there is not multiple altars or people that come to the front. We change out regularly now. Not like the rapid switching. That's not every day, but we do regularly switch out. We are co-conscious a lot of the time now. Right now, I'm not co-conscious with anyone, but that means nothing. We will change out. I will not be here for the full 24 hours. It doesn't happen like that anymore. So Laura is here less frequently. So when she comes forward, she's completely confused because she is having problems accessing the memory because of her lack of being at the front so much. And she's lost days by the time she gets here. She thinks it's one day and it's not, and it's confusing her. Things like that disrupt her and bother her. But when you're in a D.I.D system, you can't allow things like that to bother you. Because let's face it, it's going to happen. There's going to be the amnesia that you have no answers for. There are still a few of us that we don't know who they are because it's full amnesia. And yeah. So when I was talking about the United Front, it's impossible to maintain a complete united front, but we do not interact with people directly too much. We don't have a lot of friends. We don't have a lot of people that we talk to on a regular basis. The neighbors already know, for the most part, the ones that do talk to us, they already know that we have D.I.D. So when they hear somebody else, they're just like, yeah, okay. There's not anything we can do about that, and I don't really care to do anything about that because it's my direct vicinity, and I'm not going to be uncomfortable just because we're different and they know. It's just the way it is. But that's the way it's going to be with a job too, because Valprey is one of the primaries. And so there are going to be times, especially if it's a phone job or anything, to where we don't sound the same. And there's not going to be anything to be done about that. So that'll be a question or a conversation for another time. Thank you so much for coming to listen to us. If you have any questions, please leave comments. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please join our community. We value you as friends and appreciate you. This has been Lola for the Notorious D.I.D. Bye.